Hello there. How are you? Are you well?
I'm very well today. It's my birthday today.
No. Is
At
it
time
actually?
of recording. Yeah, time of recording. Yes, it
No
is my
way.
birthday today. Yeah.
Oh no. Happy birthday,
Oh, thank you, mate.
Mr. Matthew D. Smith.
Yeah.
I feel really bad. I haven't got you anything.
Oh, that's all right. How are you, Leslie Way?
Not great. I'll be honest with you.
You're the opposite end of the scale, aren't you?
Yeah. I got COVID last week, which is not fun. Hey, remember that? That was like I'm like 5 years late now
Yeah.
from COVID-19.
Come on, where have you been?
Where have I been? Well, I went to a concert, and I think that's where I got it. And I ended up coughing and sneezing and being bedridden over the weekend, but I have finally reached normality. To a certain extent, I'm still a little bit bunged up, but I was thinking maybe I could do a little bit of this, which I'm showing you right now. The audience cannot see it, but it is a vitamin B complex, and it's a little drop that I put underneath my tongue, and it's supposed to help reduce tiredness and fatigue.
Here's the bit of the cold open where it sounds like Leslie has managed to get us some sponsorship, but today it's just vitamins. Take them in. Next week it'll be minerals and carbohydrates.
I'm technically supposed to keep this under my tongue for 30 seconds.
Oh.
So I'm trying to talk with the stuff in my mouth.
You just keep going. Keep talking. You sound like someone.
Oh, okay. Well, one more thing I should say is I don't know what impression I'm trying to do.
There's a bit of Michael Caine in there.
A little bit of Michael Caine. And a little bit of no, it's just pretty much just like Michael Caine.
It's pretty much Michael Caine, yeah.
Well, that's enough. I don't need to.
I wonder what impressions you do if you use different vitamins under your tongue.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I think it'll all sound like Michael Caine, probably.
Like if you do vitamin A, do you come out as Marlon Brando? Who knows?
That would be vitamin M. M for Brando.
M for
Marlon. M for Brando. The M is silent.
Oh. Leslie's a little bit ill this week, folks.
Yeah, I'm a little. My brain's a little foggy, and I'm going to try my best. However, you know what's interesting? Technically, I have a cold, right? So this is the cold opening of this week.
Oh, very good.
There we go. It's getting better. These cold openings.
And that leads us into what this episode's about. So I guess we'll do it before.
But we can't talk about it because it's a cold opening.
Oh yeah, cold open. So just dial C for cold and dial M for Brando. Speaking of dialing, here's the opening jingle.
Oh, you stole my line. So this week, I guess we're coming up to the festive season, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. And what other festive season could we be talking about other than Christmas?
Christmas.
Or some people call it Xmas. Now, what do they call it, Xmas?
I don't know. Because in text, it's clearly for shortening.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. You don't want to write Christmas. That's fine. Maybe you run out of space in the card to Jesus, Mary. Oh, I've started it too early. I'll put Xmas. But what do people say? It's like when people say LOL out loud.
Oh, Jesus.
Those people aren't human.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Those people can go straight to hello hell.
Yeah.
Hello hell. Does that work?
That works. Yeah.
That works. Hello hell doesn't work. Hello hell.
Hello.
Kind of.
Hello hell. Hello hell. And our guest today will be.
Have you ever seen? And you've been to America. Have you ever seen those roads where it says X-ing on the road, and it's basically crossing. Yeah. So in that respect, are they trying to say Christmas sounds like Crossmas?
I guess Crossmas. Happy Crossmas.
Happy Crossmas.
Happy
everybody.
Crossmas. You know, in America is where I embarrassed myself. I was younger, but not too much younger. I should have known better. We came across a road sign that said dip, and I asked, what does DIP stand for? So, M stands for Brando. DIP stands for... It's a mystery.
Guacamole?
I never did find out.
Salsa, maybe?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. What other dips are there? Cheddar. 3 cheese.
Oh, no.
Thousand Island.
What is even in that?
I have no idea. It's just a bunch of
Just a bunch of islands.
A bunch of islands. You've got the Caymans.
And mayonnaise.
And mayonnaise.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Festive season.
Festive season, Christmas movies.
Christmas movies.
Well, we haven't really thought this much through with this topic at hand, but I recently watched a Christmas movie, but Matthew hasn't seen the Christmas movie, I don't think.
No,
we could
or
talk
have
about
I?
that.
So I suppose...
Or have you?
The argument that always comes around and usually starts around November is, hey, what even is a Christmas movie anyway? And I feel like we can put this to rest now.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy.
Yep.
It's Die Hard, isn't it?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But you know what the other one is?
Let's solve both mysteries in one. What is a Christmas movie?
There's two of them. There's Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
But then there's the other one, which is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
Halloween for me.
You think it's Halloween?
Strong Halloween, yeah.
But there's so much... People still watch it during Christmas.
I know. People watch it. I mean, I watch...
It's in the title, baby. Isn't it?
What before? So some people say if a film has snow in it, then it's a Christmas movie.
Then it's Christmas, yeah. Or if they mention Christmas, it's Christmas.
Yeah. Or if it has just a Christmas tree. Or
technically, Die Hard 3 is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, a kid goes, "Come on, it's Christmas," and then that automatically makes.
Hey, Big Joey, it's Christmas.
What was that from?
I don't know. My mind.
Some New York guy.
Yeah.
So, have you? Why don't we say? Let's discuss our favorite Christmas movies then.
Okay.
What's one of your favorite Christmas movies?
Well, I do actually have. I'll link to this. I wasn't going to bring it up until you asked this. Okay. A list of alternative Christmas movies that I quite enjoyed. Because we all have, the usuals, you Die Hards, if you're someone who has sense in their brain and realizes that Die Hard is clearly a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Or, It's a Wonderful Life, or Home Alone, which I don't actually care for as much as everyone else seems to. I think it's fine.
You don't like Home Alone?
It's not that I don't like it. Everyone just goes wild about it. I think
it's more of a nostalgic thing, isn't it? I think if you've grown up with Home Alone, then you tell other people Home Alone's the best movie, and other people will watch it. And if you didn't grow up on it, you'll probably be like,
maybe that was it. I didn't grow up on it. That wasn't my family's. Mine was the Santa Claus.
Oh,
with Tim Allen. We were big fans of Tim Allen.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the Disney Plus series?
No, I did not. No, because when it came out, I was a 33-year-old man.
Yes, but nostalgia brings the child out of every 30-year-old man.
That's the thing that I recognize. I suppose that is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about yours? What's your
my favorite Christmas movie?
Before we go to alternatives, what's your...
It's hard because I'm not usually a fan of Christmas movies. Like, I don't really... There's no go-to Christmas movie that I'm like, I got to watch this during Christmas. But if I had to pick, gosh, I don't know.
Jingle All the Way.
I do like a good Die Hard, Jingle All the Way is fun. I got that turbo, man.
It's terrible, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through at the moment on IMDb's top 100 Christmas
again,
movies.
The Muppets Christmas Carol. I've talked about this before. I'm not sure I get the Muppets. Again, I'm not trying to be a contrarian with my Home Alone and Muppets viewpoint.
Sure.
It's more that I would like to get the Muppets. I would like to understand them as much as everyone seems to. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Maybe you are. And I also think it's also to do with nostalgia as well. And it's like you had to be there.
Mm.
And
I
if
mean,
you weren't
I was
during
there. I was there when The Grinch Stole Christmas. What do we think? Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, I only saw that for the first time maybe a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I thought it was fine.
Okay.
And I didn't grow up on it, but the amount of people that I've had come up to me saying, "Oh my goodness, Jim Carrey in The Grinch is one of his best roles or whatever." And I'm like, really? I mean, like, I can see that he's put like 110 into it, but I
He's put
didn't.
110 pounds of makeup and prosthetics
of green fluff, yeah. And I don't know. It really felt like a product of his time. But
do you know that he said he got trained by Navy SEALs or Marines or something?
Grinch.
Yeah, to put up with the process of having the makeup put on and having the makeup on, because he said it was so claustrophobic because it covers a lot of his face as well.
Okay.
So he said he had to actually get some training in order to sort of mentally deal with it. And for that cut scene where the Grinch kills Osama bin Laden. I don't know if you've seen. It's on YouTube.
No, I haven't. Is this a joke? Is this a bit, or are you?
No, it's on the. I don't know if you've got the DVD, right? It's on the Blu-ray. It's because you haven't got the Blu-ray. You just got the normal DVD.
No,
yeah, it's on the special features. The Grinch comes in, pow pow pow. Bin Laden's dead. But
ladies and gentlemen,
made
we
Bin
got
Laden
him
up to look like a Who as well. It's very disconcerting.
And then they insert that clip of Barack Obama saying, like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him."
We got him. But Barack Obama's also a Who. Or they just get the mayor of Whoville to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, who is what's his name from Arrested Development? He's great.
Jason Bateman.
No, the guy who plays the mayor of Whoville, the one who plays the shady dad in Arrested Development.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen enough Arrested Development. You know, so recently I went and got COVID, right?
Yeah, sure.
Just down the street when
Blu-ray COVID or just normal COVID?
No, just standard DVD.
Just standard. You're really missing out on those special features. The 2 weeks in bed, the day I like to call the day of nothing, where every 10 minutes you have to have a nap. Mm-hmm. Even when you're having a nap, you need to have a nap to recover from the nap. You just have.
In Mexico, they call it the Day of the Dead. So I found I've discovered that when I'm ill, I get to just binge watch TV, which is great.
Sure.
And I have been getting back into watching TV shows again because when I always do you have this trouble with TV shows where you feel like if there's so much hype around it, it almost feels like such a chore to have to go and watch it. It almost feels like it's homework. Do you ever feel like that?
I only find that if I'm reviewing something and even if I would enjoy the show, I sometimes find it a bit of, that feeling of homework. Yeah. I think I did it with The Bear. I didn't review The Bear when it first came out.
No.
But I really loved it. And I thought,
I'll tell you what felt like.
Hey, I'll watch The Bear season 3 because I love it, but I'll also review it. So it's like, hey, I'm killing two birds with one stone. Yeah. And it just made it into a chore.
I watched one episode and I couldn't get into it, and I might give it another chance, but I think it just felt too frantic for me. It felt like a panic attack for 20 minutes.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, where's the bear?
Where's the Christmas bear? But let's get back to Christmas.
I turned it off and I turned on Brother Bear instead.
Very good.
I'm just going through. Oh, you know what I think? I have a feeling I know what one of your favorite Christmas movies are.
Go on.
Other than Santa Claus, which is one of the more like the one that you grew up on, as nostalgic. I believe this one is mounted on your kitchen wall in your own home.
Mounted on my kitchen wall. Might I remind you?
Go on. Poster, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to have it. I've got Spirited Away at the moment. But yes, Gremlins. Okay.
Gremlins,
yes, I love Gremlins.
That's a Christmas movie,
That's
That's
on my list of alternative Christmas movies, because it is a bit of a... For kids, I would say it's like a horror film. Like, it's very
25th
light
anniversary, apparently, or is it the
Oh,
30th
really?
anniversary? 30th anniversary, that's right. Yeah.
horror. Oh,
So
yeah.
it recently got
Cracking
re-released
movie.
in cinemas, so you could have gone and watched
Oh, I could have
the
done. I
Mr.
didn't realize it
Gremlins.
was a thing. Although I will say, as much as I love the first, it's the second one that gets my vote.
Okay.
It's not
Because they just
strict.
went balls to the walls, like,
Oh,
let's
it's
just
it's
do
like a
everything.
live action cartoon. It's amazing.
Have you ever seen that Key and Peele sketch with pitching Gremlins 2? And then they were just saying, like, oh, we're just going to do the run-of-the-mill same sequel. We just hit the same beats. And then the Hollywood doctor comes in and goes like, hey, everybody, everything you thought of, throw it out the window. We're just going to give everyone a chance. Like, what do you want? Like, I want an electric gremlin. Are you talking about a gremlin that's just made of electric bolts? It's in the movie. And then just goes around the whole table and everyone's just pitching their like crazy gremlin ideas and everything happens. And
But I mean, you can be sarcastic about it, but it is a great movie.
yeah. It's fun. It's been a very long time since I watched it, but I do remember seeing it and thinking like, this is something else.
This is wild. Yeah. What else? In terms of alternatives, I've got some good
tell me about
ones.
your alternative ones. I'm still scrolling through 100.
You were talking about TV ones, weren't you? And there are some great TV shows that also have great Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
I would always recommend Mad Men to anyone who hasn't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect show, no low points, and it's got some cracking Christmas episodes. West Wing as well. If you like your sort of American politics, it's I wouldn't say it's the most realistic show, but that's got some really good Christmas episodes. And then there's Always a Very Sunny Christmas.
Always Sunny Christmas. Which one is that? Could you just tell me?
It's the 45 minutes one. It's the one with the very famous scene of Danny DeVito hiding in a couch.
Oh, yes, of course.
He's the man in the couch. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode. And how many times did they must have mentioned how many times he did that take of him crawling out of the couch completely naked?
Yeah, I know.
They must have done that several times. And
I know it comes up in pretty much every interview that he does if they talk about Always Sunny. But it's a cracking thing, and it's a nice inversion of a classic Christmas story because the main characters learn nothing.
Yeah. They just
and the people around them learn nothing as well. So it's not like it's just the gang that are horrible.
That's the what's it called? The classic sitcom trope, isn't it? They all revert back to what they are at the beginning. And one
Any
thing
massive changes a lot of the time revert back.
Yeah. One thing that I've also noticed that has the same format is Keenan and Kel.
Okay, yeah.
I recently subscribed to Paramount Plus. This is not an ad. This is not an ad.
We've done our ad. Vitamin D turns you into Michael Caine. Go.
So I've been like, when I said I've been able to binge watch a lot of TV recently. Well, I've been binge watching Keenan and Kel for nostalgia because I grew up on it. Anyone who's a 90s kid who had Sky or Fox or whatever it is that you had, cable, if you're an American. You probably had Nickelodeon, and I used to watch Keenan and Kel religiously. And there is one episode which is the Christmas episode. So I'm tying it all together. And the Christmas episode is when I think what happens is Keenan really wants to have a BMX, but he couldn't get it. So I think he somehow tries to swindle Santa in the shop to try and get him a BMX. Eventually it has like a really touching moment where he gives away his BMX to a little girl who wanted it more than he did. So he dresses up as Santa, goes into a house and like delivers it. And it's like a very heartwarming thing. But the one thing that sticks to my mind is Kel, who for some reason is obsessed with the Christmas gift of the year for him was a tuba phone. It was a really big tuba.
Okay.
And inside was a telephone. And that was the joke. And they were like, what is a tuba phone? It's like, it's a tuba. That's also a phone.
But that also sounds like one of the things where, at the end of every episode. Get me some copper wire, a tuba, and a phone. And then they run off the stage.
Yeah. And then Cal goes, wait, where am I going to find a tuba? Where am I going to find a phone? Keenan! Here it goes. And then Yeah. And they learn nothing.
Classic sitcom. In terms of movies...
one more Christmas episode that I want to mention. If you're talking about alternative things.
Yeah.
The episode of The Simpsons when Bart steals the video game. It's probably one of my favorite episodes.
That's a really good one. And that was back when... I don't want to say The Simpsons is like
back
cold
when Simpsons
nowadays,
was
but back when...
better.
Well, Simpsons also had a bit of heart, didn't it? Some of the early episodes.
That episode, to this day, still makes me tear up a little bit inside. Yeah, especially that moment at the end when like Marge is very disappointed in Bart, and then Bart what is it? Spoiler alert if you've had like 20 plus years to have seen this episode. But he gifts Marge a picture of himself to put next to the family portrait because he's always the guy who like pulls a silly face in it, but then he does a really sincere photo and then they put it up. And that bit tears me up. It makes me so emotional.
Similar to, I quite like the episode where Homer works 2 jobs so that Lisa can have a pony. Yeah. I find that's quite a touching one. Because he goes all out, but also doesn't like reveal it to her.
Hey, wait a second. That's not Christmas, is it?
No, it's not Christmas. It's just a touching episode.
Speaking of touching
Kiss,
episodes.
Bang, Bang. There's another one.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Probably my favorite Christmas movie. I would class that as a Christmas movie. Shane Black.
Yeah. Who's done a few good movies, and then he kind of went a little bit off, didn't he, when he did The Predator?
He did The Predator, which was not great.
I never saw it because I heard it wasn't very good.
But he also did The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys, which is also good.
So I think he can be forgiven.
Yeah. And he also did Iron Man 3.
He did do Iron Man 3.
Ole. Mr. Ben Kingsley, being a Manchester United fan.
He's so great. Oh, he's a Liverpool fan, I think.
Is it a Liverpool fan? Sorry.
I think he's a Liverpool fan. I think he's
I always
Liverpool.
see when Americans do football, they always just go to Manchester United mostly. Don't they?
I think it's because it's a globally known team.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best, but they recognize it.
But yeah, a lot of people hate that part of the movie because they
it is
thought
a
it was
love
a
or
bait and
hate
switch.
thing, isn't it? Yeah.
But I thought it was great. I thought him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember. There are some. Oh, go in there for 20 minutes. Which one of you is Vanessa? Nessie. And everyone in the cinema
Not the
around
face.
me is
I'm an
just
actor.
Yeah. Had some problems with substances. Every so often he just throws in this head turn that just adds to it. I still remember the first time I saw that in the cinema, just being surrounded by people that were either, oh, what's going on? Or people like laughing along with it. I thought it was great. I don't think I've seen some of the stuff where they brought the character back.
Yeah, you weren't a big fan of him when he came back in Shang-Chi.
Not really, because I just thought...
But
I don't know.
I remember I remember you said they Disney-fied him.
Yeah.
Is that how you felt?
Iron Man 3, I thought there was a bit of an edge to him.
Yeah.
Even when he revealed himself to be
because he was all
Travis
pumped up
Slattery.
full of drugs and
and he was like just this like dirty guy that they brought in, and why is he doing it? Not because he believes in the cause, but because he wants more drugs and a bit of cash and somewhere to live. And there was something quite dirty and rough about the whole situation. Whereas when he turns up in I would say his later appearances, because I know they did a Marvel one-shot, didn't they? Yeah,
All Hail the King or something like that.
Yeah. I just thought, they've sanitized him a little bit. And that sort of rough and dirtiness is part of what made him amusing, to me anyway.
Yeah. But you say Disney-fied him. Iron Man 3 was still part of Disney at that point, wasn't it? I think everything after Avengers was Disney. So I think maybe there was a little bit of a crossover at the time.
But I think Iron Man 3 did have that, and I'm a big fan of Shane Black. Mm-hmm. He did inject the film with Shane Blackisms. There was the conversation between Tony Stark and the two guys that were guarding him. That wouldn't have happened if it was Iron Man 2.
No. If it was Iron Man 2, it would be like, how many...
I'm going to get out of this. No, you're not.
How many
Cue robot battle.
women can we objectify in this?
Yeah.
Which is when I recently watched Iron Man 2 again, I was like, there's a lot of that in this, isn't there?
That's Scarlett Johansson's first major appearance, and they do quite a bit of
even the opening number,
and...
just like Tony Stark falling down from the sky, and then he lands with 100 women next to him, and he's like, "Look at me, America's Playboy." Anyway, Christmas.
Let's move away from Shane Black, who has made some wonderful movies. He's also involved in Predator, but that's another story for another day. There's a wonderful short that I managed to find, and I don't think many people know about it, called I think it's pronounced Les Pupilles. It's in French. It's on Disney Plus, so it's on a mainstream platform.
Okay.
Let me have a look. If I remember rightly, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes long.
37 minutes.
But it's really quite.
A story about pure and selfish desires, freedom and devotion, and the anarchy that is capable of flowering in the minds of girls within the confines of a strict religious boarding school at Christmas.
Yeah. It's got some classic Christmas bits, like a character who you really love to hate. So it's a bunch of girls in almost like a convent, and the nun that is in charge of them is just a horrible piece of work. So you really love to hate her, and then just when you think they've had all hope taken away from them, they manage to find it with a little twist at the end.
Interesting.
What's another one that's a banger? That's
something you'd recommend then, yeah?
Yeah. And another even shorter one. Did you ever watch Love, Death and Robots?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember the Christmas one? Have you seen the Christmas one?
Which one was that?
All Through the House, I think it was called.
Okay,
let me just double check. And it was deliberately made to look like those sort of old school.
I don't think I've seen this one. I thought I watched all of it. Maybe there was a few episodes that I missed. How many seasons are there? 2 seasons?
Well, Love, Death and Robots. 3, I think. 2 or 3.
I think I've only seen 2 seasons, so I must have missed that one.
Oh, this one's great because they make it look like the
looks a bit like Stranger Things.
Well, they make it deliberately look. The animation style is like the Rankin Bass. I think that's how it's pronounced. That sort of style of animation, but the twist on who, or rather what, Father Christmas is like,
I see,
deliberately horrifying but hilarious. And I think the whole thing is maybe only 3 minutes long.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, it's really gross. A lovely gross Christmas thing to watch.
I'm just gonna have a look. It says 2021, so season 2 of Love from. How have I not seen this?
I don't know. Or
did I see it and I just completely
need to sort your life out?
I need to sort my. You know what I have recently seen though, and this is a little bit topical. The creators of Love, Death and Robots made a new series on Prime, which is called Secret Level.
Is this the one based on games?
Video games, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a little one, like an anthology series, just like Love, Death and Robots, but it's all based on existing video games, and some of them are a little bit out there and not sure on it. I watched it over the weekend. Like I said, I got COVID. I had time to just binge watch everything.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole first half of Secret Level, which is only, as far as I'm aware, the only episodes that are released. They're going to do a part 2 during Christmas time. But there is one episode that I think you would like, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is the voice of the main character.
Okay.
And it's about a king who's trying to take over another island or something like that. And it's based on a game
just
called...
like Space Invaders.
Just like the Invader of...
Because he's invading the space.
Exactly.
He's saying, hey, that space, I want it. And if I have 1,000 islands, I'll be able to make my dressing.
I wonder what a Space Invader I guess the closest adaptation of Space Invaders is that one Futurama episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
From
Instead of shooting me, or I was going to be.
You should have shot where I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have shot where I was going to be.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the great line where the alien is threatening them and he says something like, we want your doctors and then your math teachers and so on in that fashion.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. So going back to what I was saying, I think episode 3 on Secret Level, I think you'd quite enjoy because it's kind of like a comedy.
So you say it's a little bit out there. Is it out there in the same way that Love, Death and Robots can
kind of
sometimes be a little out there?
Sometimes some of the episodes are a bit hit and miss. I think sometimes there are some episodes that felt like a tech demo, and it felt like, look how realistic we could make these people. Except they're not fully realistic because sometimes there's a little bit of uncanny valley to them. Where it's a little bit Polar Express. Like, I don't know. The graphics are great, but then it comes to a point where it's like, what's the point here? It's
right. Okay.
It looks cool, but like I didn't really feel much substance. Excuse me.
That's a shame because I loved the Love, Death and Robots series.
Yeah, but I don't know. There were a few episodes where that's how I felt. But then there were maybe 3 episodes of what was released that I genuinely really liked. Okay. There was one that was that was the Arnold Schwarzenegger one that I thought was great, and that was based on a video game called Another World, I think. I think it's called, but I never played it. There was one based on Unreal Tournament, which was a great episode, I thought. And then another one which was based on another video game called Armored Core, which was about big mechanized robots. Yeah. And Keanu Reeves is in it.
Oh, okay.
And that was quite fun.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend those 3 episodes. The rest of them were fine. They did an episode of Pac-Man, and I just thought, this isn't Pac-Man.
Okay.
This is very far from
Thing
Pac-Man.
is, that things like Space Invaders and Pac-Man, they're really not... Yes, there is a touch of story to it. There are aliens, and they're trying to take over your bases. They're trying to take over the world. You must shoot them. That's the extent of the story. I don't know how you stretch that. Unless you're doing a parody like Futurama did, I don't know how you stretch that out without
I think if it was a parody, it would have been better, but this one just felt like... I mean, it looked great. Like, don't get me wrong, animation was really good, but it felt like somebody said, how gritty and gory can we make?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, we're going there, are we?
All right.
And I watched it, and towards the end, I was like, if this wasn't Pac-Man, it would have been fine. But the fact that they called it Pac-Man just felt a little bit...
Well, Pac-Man's got even less story than Space Invaders. It's just, you are Pac-Man, you're collecting dots. The things turn into ghosts.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? No, it doesn't have to. Because it's gameplay. It's not story.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to watch it, you can. I'm not going to make you. How many more?
I will check it out because I liked the stuff that they've done. I suppose at this point,
stuff do you want to talk about? Like how many more Christmas movies have
well,
you got?
we've given our recommendations. I mean, would you like to hear why Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Because people always argue about that.
Oh, you have the answer, do you?
Well, yeah, because I would say Christmas movies are Christmas movies because, okay, they can be set in and around Christmas, but they also need things that relate to Christmas. Things like redemption, or family togetherness.
Yeah.
Or I suppose if you want to be a bit more cynical about it, like putting up with your family, even if they're a bit annoying. Yeah. I don't really say that any of those things have to be in there, but Die Hard has got like all of those things. Because it's about John McClane trying to reconnect with his wife.
Yeah.
But also they both find each other a bit frustrating, even though they love each other. And then you've got the B plot, which is the police officer trying to find his redemption after he's made like this terrible mistake, but then he works through it and he finds out that he can do good. And it's like, well, that's a Christmas. If you just put that on a bit of paper, that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. And no Christmas movie is complete without a German terrorist coming in, taking over a building.
One of Alan Rickman's early roles.
His first role, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was his first ever movie role.
Oh, first ever movie role. I know he got started very late, as in he found success very late, or relatively late.
Yeah.
Past the point where some people would have maybe given up, but he kept going, which is fantastic.
You know what my favorite Alan Rickman role is?
Go on.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I was going to say his bad guy in Robin Hood, but that's
no Galaxy. Like that's Galaxy like a perfect
Quest.
role, isn't it? It's almost like a perfect movie.
Yeah,
but that's not a Christmas movie.
No, speaking of Christmas though, I have found the perfect song for Alan Rickman to sing, which is Jingle Bells.
And how does that go in Alan Rickman's voice?
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh over the fields we go, laughing all the way. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but what fun it is to ride
on
a one-horse open sleigh.
God rest his soul. What a man.
What a completely not fitting tribute to the man.
No, I loved Alan Rickman. Even though I didn't watch all of his roles, I thought he was a great actor. And I
think most people in our generation know him for either Harry Potter or the more comedic stuff.
Or Die Hard.
Yeah, or Die Hard. Little bit of trivia that I love. The bit at the end, again, spoiler alert for a really old thing, when he falls off the building. You may know this trivia, yeah. You're nodding your head.
No. Do tell.
No. I will. The stunt coordinators were going to release him, and they said, "Okay, we're going to release you." I think it was something like, "We're going to release you after 3, 2, 1."
Yeah.
So they hooked him up, and he was hanging off whatever they were filming it. But the stunt coordinators went 3, 2, and then just let him go.
Yeah.
So that look of shock that Alan Rickman has in that
genuine.
Glorious slow motion shot, it's genuine.
Yeah.
I like that. Just a little bit of extra trivia.
Yeah. I have heard that before, and I think that's I like little bits of movie trivia like that. Like when you hear about a particular part in a movie where you think, "Oh, that part's great," and then you realize, "Oh, it was improvised," or or like they weren't supposed to do that on the day, and then it just happened. Like, I'm trying to think of an example now.
Well, it's quite interesting. It's slight tangent, but it was The Trip, Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon.
Yeah,
and that sort of the sort of kernel of that idea came about when they were shooting a movie together, early 2000s, I think.
Wasn't it like the cock and bull story or something like that?
Yeah, and Steve Coogan said that they had a day where the weather just didn't allow shooting for what they thought they were going to shoot. So they just, the director said, "Okay, just sit in the makeup chairs and just talk to each other.
Yeah.
And we'll film that." And then afterwards, the director said to them, like, you should make something where it's just you two traveling around. And Steve Coogan said at the time that wasn't really enough of an idea, but that's where, on that film, that's where the idea for The Trip
that was the inception
started.
of The Trip, which is great. I haven't seen the third one, but I've seen the first two. But there's nothing will top that moment where they're both just doing Michael Caine impressions to each other.
The Michael Caine off,
You don't do the bit where it gets all emotional and his voice gets very broken. I can't do it, but
good stick some vitamin D on there. But shall we? I think we're at the point where shall we pitch our own Christmas movie?
Let's do it. can you reiterate again to me the key points of a Christmas movie, just so we can check them off?
So I think there's one of these things, at least one of these things you have to have. So it has to have some sort of redemptive arc for one of your main characters. It can have family togetherness. It can be optional, someone traveling a very long way. Maybe it's people getting back together who maybe rub each other up the wrong way sometimes, but ultimately they love each other. Any one of these things is enough of a basis for a Christmas movie. Optional stuff, Christmas trees, Christmas songs, Son of God, Christmas wrapping. Any of those things you could throw in optionally.
Are you saying Christmas wrapping, like wrapping a present, or Christmas wrapping?
I'm not saying that thing. No, I'm not saying Christmas wrapping with the hipping and the hopping. No, I'm not saying that at all.
Okay,
unless of course you're talking about DMX doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Yeah.
Reindeer.
Another man who we have lost, DMX, like a few years ago, I think. God rest his soul. But yeah, if you haven't heard it, DMX rapping Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And then someone adapting that into a full-blown song.
It's something to behold. Yeah. So we have the main points of a Christmas movie. So what do we do here? Who are we going to be talking about? What is this Christmas movie about?
Okay.
Maybe we could do something topical, or maybe we could mash something up.
We could mash something up. Well, I would say the two types of Christmas films you have are slightly saccharine, family togetherness films that you can watch with kids, or you have Christmas action films like Violent Night. It's just come out on streaming. Die Hard, which we've talked about. Jingle All the Way kind of tries to do both and ultimately doesn't do either.
Did you ever hear about that
Phil
one?
Hartman. So,
well, Jingle All the Way has Phil Hartman. Yeah.
These cookies.
I forget he's in that movie. And if anyone doesn't know who Phil Hartman is, he's also very renowned in Simpsons early years for voicing Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz and others.
Yes. And the role of Zach Brannigan was actually written for him, I believe.
That's right. And then Billy West did his best Phil Hartman impression.
Went before his time.
Yeah. I could see that.
Oh, man, we're doing... I guess this is slightly Christmassy, but we're talking about death quite a lot, aren't we? Oh. Death and new beginnings. That's more of an Easter thing, isn't it?
What if there was a Christmas movie based around the Grim Reaper, and he just can't. he
and
just
his
hates
naughty
his
and nice list. Boy, howdy! You don't want to be on either of those. That's just how he does you in. Am I going to do you in naughty or nice?
And at
the start of Christmas, you've got like. You've got Father Christmas, you've got the Easter Bunny, and they're all having fun, all of those guys. And then you've just got the Grim Reaper. Like, hey, put on a Christmas hat, Grim. And he's just...
no, I don't want to. That's his voice.
Could he secretly want to enjoy Christmas, but he feels like he can't? He has a reputation.
Yeah, it's almost like
there's
this societal pressure for him to live up to his name, to be the man in the cape.
Yeah, because if he does start enjoying Christmas, there'll be loads of stuff online like, hey, Grim Reaper's gone woke.
Go woke or go broke, am I right?
Why is
So then he's like, I guess go woke or go broke.
Oh, I thought you said go robe or go broke.
That would be better. I wish I had
Grim
said
Reaper.
That now.
Grim Reaper's a leftist. There's like an 18-minute YouTube video.
Yeah. So so dumb. So okay, the Grim Reaper. Why don't you talk for a sec while I pop a lozenge in my mouth, because I am struggling to keep not coughing.
Sure. You want me to talk about anything in particular, or
say whatever you like?
Say whatever I like. So
this is going to take 1 second to do.
Office Christmas party.
There, I'm
Grim
done.
Reaper is struggling. He feels left out, and he's maybe trying to think, how can I be more jolly, but also murder people? So he has to try and reconcile those two things. And maybe, redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's like some family whose like granddad he took maybe too young.
Oh.
Like, he ticked him off the list too early. Dag nabbit, I got the wrong one. Your name's Mike. Go on.
Maybe it's like the Grim Reaper woke up on the wrong side of the bed and he was just feeling all groggy and all that.
One day he just went on a mad one.
Made a mad one and just like took the, what was it? Did you say grandpa?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Took the grandpa way too early, and then he shouldn't have done. Yeah. So continue.
It's like Christmas Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
It's the classic. You've got the Grim Reaper having to team up with the two grandkids, and one is like slightly older. Maybe he's starting to get a bit cynical about life, and the younger one is like, "Hey, are you Santa? Do not be afraid." You're dressed differently to what I thought you'd be wearing. Don't touch me. My entropy will take you.
That sounds a lot like another movie that came out not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to steal that.
No,
I guess we could do. I guess we could do the promise of that.
Yeah, the promise of that.
Actually, do it well.
Yeah. So,
what do we think? Do we do? It's a bit cookie cutter. Father Christmas gets waylaid. He's hungover. He's hungover from the Christmas. Why am I saying they're doing a Christmas party? Why would Father Christmas be even at the Christmas party?
Christmas is every day for him, isn't it?
I guess they've broken up. The elves have finished. It's like a week before Christmas. Hey, we got all the gifts done. Let's do our annual thing. Let's invite the Easter Bunny. Let's invite, who else could they invite?
What other cultural icons are there based around holidays? You got the I don't know, the big ball that falls down from in New Year's.
Yeah, invite the big ball. Yeah.
He's there.
Just make sure we're on the ground floor, no stairs. The lifts are broken.
That's it.
And then they're like, do we invite the Grim Reaper? I said, well, I guess we have to. And that's the setup. And then Father Christmas is hungover. So the Grim Reaper has to both make it up to this family whose grandfather he took too soon, and he has to save Christmas.
Yeah.
Double redemption.
So at the end, how does he get redempted?
How does he get redempted? Well, I guess he can... Maybe he finds out that his touch only kills people because he thinks it does. The magic of self-belief. And when he believes that he can love, he can hold the little girl's hand. There we go.
And then, wait, hold on. You said about taking away the grandpa too soon. What if he just at the end was like,
Force Ghost.
I've had a Force Ghost.
Lightsaber battle with the Grim Reaper. I can read your mind.
Yeah, why not? Why not? At the end, like his big scythe was actually secretly a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he goes fighting the granddaddy's Force Ghost. Yeah.
Jingle jangle, jingle jangle.
No, what I was gonna suggest was like maybe he gives the grandpa back because it's like a bit too soon, and I've learnt the error of my ways.
Yeah.
So for one more day, you can have your granddaddy back.
Or we go further, and he's like, now my scythe can bring people back to life. And he spins it round, and scythe sort of rhymes with life. And then the grandpa comes back. And you think like, oh, that's really nice because he's brought the grandpa back. He's not been away too long. So it's nice. The family are back together. But then you find out in the end credits, like he's just bringing everyone back to life. Just like everyone.
And the world overpopulates.
So you've got mass overpopulation. You've also got people coming back that you just don't want.
Yeah. It's like, oh, remember that guy?
Yeah.
That guy who caused a lot of trouble. I'm going to
bring you
but you know
back
what I'm talking
to
about.
life. And it's going to be really, really fun. Everyone enjoy Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan comes back.
And then he starts repopulating everyone
Does
again.
his
and
thing.
Starts,
Double redemption, but double population. Oh, my goodness.
And then, in a weird way, the world kind of implodes on itself.
Yeah.
And I guess Grim Reaper really got what he wanted in the end.
Oops.
The end.
Did I do that? And then the sequel is set up.
And the Grim Reaper is played by the guy who played Urkel.
Yeah. The hood comes down. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Jaleel White. Yeah. He plays Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I can imagine a thumbnail now. It's Urkel.
Job done. And then the sequel is set up where it's just straight. The Grim Reaper's just having to go around murdering people now.
Yeah.
Back to the old ways. No, it could be, hey, last time, Father Christmas, I did your job. But now, for some reason that I don't know about, because it definitely had nothing to do with me, the world is overpopulated. And now you and the Easter Bunny and the big New Year's ball, you got to help me do my job.
Yeah.
And every so often it could be like cutting to like Father Christmas doing like Christmassy themed deaths, and then the Easter Bunny's doing Easter Bunny themed deaths. And every time it cuts back to the ball, it's just like rolling down roads, just like mowing people down.
It's the James Cameron of sequels.
Hey, what's the ball up to now? And it's just the same shot again.
It's like the first one is supposed to be this heartwarming Christmas movie about redemption arcs, and then the second one is the balls to walls action movie.
Yeah,
that's
that people didn't know they wanted.
Yeah,
and it's redemption again because the Grim Reaper is making up for his past mistakes, bringing everyone back to life.
Yeah, Grim 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah. Grim 2 The Grimmening.
What was the first one even called?
Grim 1 Grim again.
Well, it has to have something Christmas, right?
We could just go with the red one.
Yeah.
Title model. Grim 1.
Gosh, I can't bring myself to watch that red one movie.
No, I don't. I don't even know why I brought it up. I don't even want to talk about it. So we'll call it Grim 1 because he's a grim one, isn't he? You're a grim one, Mr.
And the second one's called Grim 2. The Grimmening.
Yeah. Oh, no. Grim, you're Grim 2. There you go. Because that's what he says.
Yeah.
So you can have the title drops in the movie.
Right.
He's such a grim one. Look at the camera.
And then followed up by the long-awaited third sequel, Grimmier, and then the E's a 3. I don't know.
You love those titles. That's one of your favorites, isn't it?
And with that being said, Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great break. And,
we might take a break as well. It's Christmas. Who's going to stop us?
Yeah. There's nothing more fitting than Chatting Pitch being inconsistent with their schedules.
Who's going to stop us? The Grim Reaper? And now we've got a 2-week break where if I croak, I'm going to look pretty embarrassed. Because I'm the one who said it, so I'm going to be the one who goes. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Why did I say croak? Is it because
I don't know?
It's like a frog term, is it not? It's what a frog makes.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know.
If anyone who's like closest to croaking, it's me because I'm all bunged up and.
Sorry, I said it. I take it back. We'll do another episode next week.
Chatting Pitch has been brought to you by Leslie Way and Matthew D. Smith. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to listen to others and maybe even subscribe. You can follow us on the website, formerly known as Twitter.
Listen to us on Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Leslie and Matthew have their own side hustles as well. Feel free to check out Leslie's YouTube channel or Matthew's Medium blog. Links in the description. If you want anything else, we might have other links in the description if we think of anything interesting to add. Thank you for listening. I love you.